Is it just us?
I think so.
I'm having some trouble here.
What's that?
Huh.
It was like not registering, so I refreshed. Now there's no picture at all. Okay. Back that.
They ditched us.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
This was a trap. Are we live right now? It looks like we're live.
I don't know.
Well, I'm looking at the participants and it says like 10 people.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Me and Dean show, I guess.
Yeah. I had to refresh my thingy. That was very cool.
Is there a chat room where that I should be looking to see what? Yeah, I guess there's a chat.
There is a chat.
Yeah, all right.
Ooh, there's 4 people. Hello.
Goodness, the camera's already on. Nobody told me that the satellite was already feeding to everyone. Please stand by. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
I can hear things.
We're just waiting for Alyssa to come into the studio.
But we can't see it.
The audience is filing in. We're going to give everyone a chance to sit down before we get the Journey show rolling.
Yeah. Maybe exit out of the whole window. We're supposed to use Chrome. Okay. Just exit out. Oh, there we go.
Ah, here we go. Heidi ho!
Oh, no.
That's the best time to
It
freeze.
begins.
That's my favorite.
See, this is what happens when you use Soviet satellites to communicate coast to coast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Journey Show. I see we've got a wonderful crowd out there tonight, and we have a wonderful show here for you today. So without further ado, let me introduce you, our esteemed panel of artists, very quickly, and then we'll let them introduce themselves after the news. So first, we have the young traveler, Lorelei E. Marcus. We've got Dean Rullan. We've got Hugo finalist Alyssa Winans. We've got Jimmy Purcell of Been Better, and of course, our very own favorite, Andi Dukleth. So we're going to get right into the art in just a moment, but first, this news. Last month, California health officials announced that 24 counties had been affected by the recent Asian flu epidemic. It was reported to be not nearly as bad as the 1957 outbreak, however, with no increase in the average death rate. A 3-day blizzard struck the north-central United States this week, burying North Dakota in several feet of snow and paralyzing activity as far east as the Great Lakes. In international news, BOAC Flight 911 en route to Tokyo from Hong Kong crashed into Mount Fuji March 4th, killing all 124 aboard. This tragedy came just one day after an accident at Tokyo's airport that killed 64 of 72. Also in Japan, police have blocked off Waseda University in Tokyo in response to 7 weeks of student strikes. The college is now essentially closed pending settlement of the crisis. Political instability continues to rock the world. A coup in Ghana, February 24th, removed President Nkrumah while he was in Asia visiting Pakistan and China. Former Major General Ankara, who had been fired the year before by Nkrumah, is now leader of the 7-man National Liberation Council. This week, Nkrumah was made co-president of Guinea, where he is currently in exile. And in Syria, the previous day, Major General Salah Jadid, on the right, couped Premier Salah al-Bitar in Syria, replacing a moderate government with one that threatens to be Soviet-aligned. On March 1st, Congress voted overwhelmingly to approve a $4.8 billion spending package to fund the war in Vietnam. Senators Morse and Gruening, as well as Representatives Conyers, Burton, Brown, and Ryan, were the only no votes. However, there is talk of a commission to investigate the prosecution of the conflict. Last month, Pope Paul VI reduced Lent fasting days from 40 to just 2, Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. So eat all you want until April 8th. Commuters across the Southland of California must have been surprised to see this salvo of minute-mad ICBMs. This chilling image represents not the outbreak of war with the Soviet Union, but simply the first multiple firing test. Had this been an actual emergency, well, the contents of this broadcast would have been a bit different. In space news, a completely different kind of rocket launch. February 26 marks the first real mission of the Apollo era, a suborbital half-hour flight that put the Saturn 1B booster and the Apollo service module and command module through their paces. Largely successful, NASA is on track for a crewed mission around the moon at the end of the year. Triumph was quickly followed by tragedy. Astronauts Elliot C. and Charles Bassett, scheduled to fly in June's Gemini 9 launch, fatally crashed February 28th in a bad weather training flight at Cape Kennedy. It looks like the Soviets may be preparing another space spectacular. Cosmos 110, launched late last month with 2 dogs on board, was the first biological payload carried on a Cosmos satellite, and it may well be cover for a crewed capsule test. The canines are scheduled to land sometime in mid-March. Finally, in sports news, 17-year-old Peggy Fleming brought home the gold for America February 27, 1966, in the World Figure Skating Championships held in Davos, Switzerland. And that's the news. All right, so we're going to go around the panel now and introduce our esteemed guest. So first, I'd like to introduce Lorelei. I need to stop taking my MC notes from Dean Martin. Lorelei Marcus.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lorelei Marcus, also known as the Young Traveler. You've probably seen me here a lot doing musical intros or drawing or talking about movies and things. And I'm just a main part of the journey, and I'm happy to be here.
And now let's introduce Andi Dukleth.
Hello, I'm Andi Dukleth, comic strip artist and employed at my local newspaper. I've been here once, and I had a lovely time that I thought I'd come back a second time.
And we're happy to have you. And now, Alyssa Winans.
Hello, I'm an artist living in California. I work for a local corporation during the day and do fantasy illustration by night, largely book covers. And I am also glad to be back.
And, of course, we welcome back Jimmy Purcell of Bin Better. Beth, everybody needs somebody. Okay.
Yes, I'm a comic strip artist and editorial artist. I just draw stuff to make fun of society.
And society needs making fun of today in 1966 more than any other time. And finally, Dean Rullan, who has never been on this show before. We are happy to have you on board.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dean Rullan, and I am a illustrator, basically.
As everyone can tell, it is midnight where Dean Rullan is. We look forward to seeing his art once the spotlights come on wherever Dean is. All right. So as you know, this is going to be an audience-driven show. We want to see what you suggest for people to draw. Now, of course, we knew that the audience would take a little while to get in, and we, of course, had all of our stuff together coming in. We had no technical difficulties at all for everyone just tuning in. This has been a flawless, perfect show, which is why Dean is no longer in the satellite feed. Welcome, Dean. So we beforehand set up the artist with a number of prompts, and so they were drawing influenced by Batman, which, as you know, is a television show about the comic book character, started in January. So they are busy at work drawing something that has to do with Batman and or the Gemini space capsule, which, of course, as you know, has been making great headlines these days by putting 2 people in space, Americans as opposed to Soviets, which means they count. So let's see what everybody's got. Everybody show all the things that you've been doodling for the camera and hold it up there so people can enjoy it. Andy, we can't. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's got. Okay.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear Dean at all, which is okay if he shows what he's drawing. Dean has drawn an amazingly photorealistic picture of himself. We are very impressed with his artistic prowess. Those are some beautiful pictures. Except Adam West has never looked that good.
Well, I might have taken a more artistic license. I decided to draw Catwoman, and as you know, she's a rascal and doesn't play by the rules. So,
well, and interestingly enough, Catwoman has not appeared on the television show yet. In the first episode that Lorelai and I saw, Catwoman was still in prison, according to Adam West. So we expect we'll see her at some point on the show because she's a great character. But so far we have not seen her, which is a shame. All right, so let's see if anyone has come up with some suggestions for what we should draw next. And while we're waiting for suggestions, the artists are going to get busy drawing a quick picture of what they imagine they look like on paper. And meanwhile, I'm going to, through the magic of Intelsat, send you a poll. I want to know how often you all watch The Journey Show and see if we've got any new people here. And if we do have some new people, then I've been remiss and I need to explain to you what this is all about. Oh, I do see some first timers. Okay. Well, for those of you who are new, understand that The Journey Show is the live monthly broadcast of Galactic Journey, a time machine to, well, today, 1966. But I understand many of our esteemed audience members are from some wild future date of 2021. So welcome to 1966, this most modern year when hems are up, death counts are also up, and life is very interesting. So I'm looking at the statistics, which are being flashed to me by teletype, and I see that we've got about half of the people here are constant regular fans, and we're so glad to have you with us. And we are also very glad for all the new fans who have come today. Thank you so much. We hope you will join us for the other 10 episodes we have planned for this year's season. And I will continue to vamp because I see our artists are still busy. Dean, can you hear me? Just
I could hear you now, but I don't. Can you guys see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because I'm not seeing anything on my end.
Dean, what part of the country are you in?
California.
California. Well, for some reason, your part of California is out of satellite range, which would explain a lot. Do you have a doodle to show the camera?
Yes. I don't know if you
You can hold it up longer. Let us.
Okay.
There we go. Hold it up a little more. There we go. Yes, that looks exactly like Adam West. I don't think I've seen a better likeness yet. All right, thank you, Dean. So Jimmy is the first to show himself. in the inimitable style of Jimmy the comic artist, let me tell you, I have been featured in Jimmy's comic strip, about 15 times now. And it is always a joy. And the rest of you actually can be featured in that strip as well. All you have to do is become one of his patrons. Subscribe to his comic strip. And when I mean subscribe, I mean you will get a copy of his script in however you wish to receive it, on the newsstands or whatnot. And you may appear there, and it's pretty great.
I also drew the capsule, the Gemini capsule, with Batman. And I put a Quisp on there as well, because why not? I'm a big fan of cereal.
What is that from?
Quisp cereal.
Oh, right. It looked a bit like Gideon and Cloyd from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I am a big fan of Rocky and Bullwinkle, so that's why I had to do some Jay Ward in there.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Jay Ward is almost as popular with us as Edward Everett Horton. All right, let's see. I'm seeing, let's see, Japanese Cars is being requested. St. Patrick's Day is being requested. Hippies in space. So it's interesting. Erica points out a new phenomenon that has just really started this year, something called the hippie, sort of an evolution of the beatnik, but with longer hair and less soap. I'm a fan of the movement. The beatniks were a bit too misogynistic and full of themselves. The hippies, on the other hand, are all about making love and not war, and who can mind that kind of ethic? So, tell you what, for our next prompt, after you have drawn yourselves, let's do St. Patrick's Day hippies. But first off, you guys are all busy drawing yourselves, and I don't want to take that away from everyone. So let me know when the next person is done drawing themselves.
Goodness. That pen's not working. Oh, luckily.
All right, I'd say that's good enough. I'll flip this up so you guys can see it right side up. So I wanted to get some color in there.
Ooh.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is a junior attaché if I ever saw one.
It's definitely different from the last time I drew me, because my hair has grown out considerably. You know, it's the 60s and all the boys were growing it out, so I was like, well, I should probably grow it out too.
Yeah, well, as you know, I've been watching a lot of Shindig, and it is definitely affected my coiffure. Some of you are probably wondering, where is the traveler under all that? By the way, speaking of pictures, while I'm not an artist, I am a photographer, and I took these Polaroids just before the show. Here's, you may recognize this handsome devil. And then, of course, there's this lovely young woman. Polaroids are great. In just 60 seconds, you can get true color pictures with just the press of a button. All you have to do is rip off the backing, throw it on the ground to make sure that we add to our litter in the world, and you've got a picture in just 60 seconds. Polaroid, making our world brighter and messier.
Quite the
by
ad.
the way, I know some of you are wondering, yes, the licorice is back. Oh, look at Dean. It's Dean. You look very handsome, Dean. That looks exactly like you. Well done. Oh, I see Andi racing to show hers. Oh, look at that lovely person. That is an amazing likeness.
Thank you. I made sure to get the bags under my eyes from my cat prevents me from sleeping.
Right. And Alyssa, did you show yours?
Here's mine.
What are you eating there?
Soup
Oh,
or
okay.
stew. I'm a little hungry. So
As are we
let's
all, and that's
remind
why
myself.
I'm eating black licorice.
Ugh. I'm glad you're
Delicious. All right, so now we are drawing hippies for St. Patrick's Day. Just a little bit of a challenge.
Oh, I wish I had some green.
Rope never tasted so good.
Delicious rope.
No, it's funny. Not every picture comes out for some reason. Actually, I think I know what happened with this one. So as you know, the smog is getting pretty bad in the Southland. And we're going to have to find some way to deal with the release from all the cars. They passed a law last year, actually, in California. All cars are now going to be equipped with catalytic converters, which is supposed to affect the smog. And it's interesting because, of course, all the car industry said, if you do that, you will destroy the auto industry. You cannot make us install catalytic converters. So we did it anyway. And sure enough, GM is coming out with a new car with a catalytic converter. It's amazing. It's almost as if you mandate it, they have to do it. All right, what do we? Oh, wow.
As a hippie leprechaun.
Yeah. Far out. Right arm, out of state. So Lawson opines that black licorice is made from used tires. And he's very perceptive because that is, in fact, what black licorice is made out of. I don't want to know what red licorice is made out of.
Would you like a drawing of Gideon eating a tire?
Yes, I would like that more than anything, Jimmy. I can't think of a single thing I would like more than a picture of me eating a tire.
Delicious black licorice.
Elliot is also requesting a car-themed picture. So I have an idea for when everyone is done with their hippie St. Patrick's Day doodle. And I see Carrie Doherty has joined us all the way from Australia. Folks, Carrie Doherty is actually going to be a guest at the next Journey show, which will take place on April 3rd. And this show is going to be an adventure-themed Journey show, taking you to all corners of the earth and beyond, and underneath the waves. We will be discussing adventures of every single kind with some of the foremost experts on adventure on the planet. So be sure to tune in on April 3rd, 1 month from now.
Oof. Oh, come on.
Those of you at home wondering what has replaced Dean, that is in fact a hat. That hat is very important to Dean's success. It contains 2/3 of his drawing ability. Professor Elliot is out there as well. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jimmy has got me eating it. All right, I will have to eat. I'm being told to eat more licorice. That should be a poll. Should Gideon eat more licorice? The answer is yes. So other people who will be at the show next month are Professor Elliot, who's in the audience, and archaeologist Jonathan Reen. Oh, Dean has got something. Dean, you're there. You're a little off center, but you should pull it back. Oh, very nice. That's a hippie enjoying St. Patrick's Day. It's 1966, so doing mockeries of ethnicities is very on topic. So anyway, that's an Irish leprechaun. Actually, if you want to see Irishmen in all their Irishness, just watch the beginning of Batman, because between Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara, we've got more green than we can shake a shillelagh at. Oh, I see Andy's is coming along. Oh, Andy's is done. Look at that. I always go green, if you know what I mean. Actually, I have no idea what that means, but it probably will get us censored knowing you, so do not explain.
Let's just say it's not exactly a four-leaf clover. By the way, where was the inspiration for my character there?
All right, so Jimmy is sitting there idly. So I'm going to get Jimmy started on the next one. So the next prompt is going to be a car of the future that is powered by magic?
Got something here. So this one you can't tell the gender, of course. And I'd like to point out that this person is drinking Iroquois beer because it is all foam. There is no actual liquid in this cup.
Iroquois beer.
Powered by magic. Okay.
I want to say hello to Carolina all the way from Chile. Thanks to the magic of Syncom 2, we're broadcasting all the way from down there. Oh, I see Hugo finalist James Nickel is in the audience. Not that the prestige of a Hugo finalist means anything, but I do like to say the words Hugo finalist. Raise your hand if you're a Hugo finalist. Everyone's shining.
I'm gonna raise my drawing. Is that okay?
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's that is
I'm a little
amazing.
confused about St. Patrick's Day traditions, so it's just everything.
That is a new cartoon appearing on ABC at 9 o'clock every Saturday, 8 o'clock Central.
Oh dear.
All right, so now we are moving on to magic flying cars. Tom, thank you for joining us. Andrew, thank you. There's some Crashin named Randall. I don't know if anyone knows who that Randall guy is.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, Christine is here. Christine, of course, is very. I should probably show other people's work. So some other great artists. So I talked about Alyssa Winans. Alyssa Winans, I met her at a professional conference because I don't know that either of us were famous back then, but I don't know how famous we are now. But some people seem to know who we are. But Alyssa Winans draws covers for a living, and as you can see, if you check out the brochure that we've handed out to all of you in the audience, she's really talented. And while she spends most of her time working for a big publisher, she also does some freelance work. So if you're in need of one of the best cover artists in the business, then Alyssa Winans is your go-to.
Wow, thanks. Ah. Goodness.
We'll show. I understand not all of you got the brochure, so for those of you who didn't get the brochure, I am scrawling it out on a piece of paper for you all to see. Oh, I see Andy is going to town, having a party.
Hey, that's my line.
You know how I roll.
Yes, well, the first step in originality is forgetting where you heard it first. I made that up.
Okay. Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
But always pleased to call it research. By the way, we have a special guest on our show today.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
That's right.
I'm hearing all these jokes later.
Ilya from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is here. He's on every show, so of course he's on The Journey Show today.
Oh gosh.
Do you wonder if Robert Vaughn is really jealous of David McCallum? I see David McCallum everywhere, and I never see Robert Vaughn anywhere but The Man from U.N.C.L.E. There's got to be some rivalry tension there.
Or something other than rivalry tension there.
All right.
Here's mine.
Oh. That's beautiful. Dean, can you center it? There we go. There we go. Very, very Japanese meets Bewitched.
Amazing.
Yes.
Nice work.
And let me show you how to get to Dean. All right, and let's see what have we got for the next. Oh, look at Jimmy's. Very nice.
Every car comes with its own wizard.
Right. Well, otherwise, how would it fly?
That's a great deal.
Welcome, Dana. So happy to see you here. Dana, of course, was instrumental to the success of our December fundraising episode of The Journey Show, where we raised $6,000 for Heifer Incorporated. We're very proud of that achievement. Thank you, Dana, for making that possible. All right, let's see what we got for the next. Very nice, Andy.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to reflect how the average citizen would react to seeing such a thing.
Right. And by the way, you should now have the Andi Dukleth's brochure. Andi Dukleth has been drawing art for a long time. She's got her own graphic novels, comic books, as the lay person views them. And she's just a terrific artist, and we're so happy to have her. And of course, Andi is very interesting because she, in fact, looks exactly like the main character in my book, Keetra, on sale at a bookstore near you. And so we're just very happy to have her here to be the avatar of my brain.
It's a very chicken or the egg sort of situation. Who came first? The answer, greatness. I like this.
What is this giggling? There shall be no frivolity at the Journey Show, only mirth. The young traveler, by the way, is also, of course, an artist of great repute. In fact, her work graces the pages of my novel. Here's an example. And here is Andy's doppelganger.
I need one of those hair dryers that you see at the salons where it's like the giant bubble and then just put it on the wrong way. And then that's the spitting image of your cover.
All right, audience, I am not seeing any suggestions from you. Think 1966. What's big right now? Wow. All right. Alyssa has outdone herself.
Once again, I went the more practical route, but because I've been seeing all those commercials for those, I think I can't remember the names of any of these fancy cars, but they sure have commercials about them. And so the magic of this one is the magic of technology. So it's got a big old IBM on the back, and you see nobody's driving; they're actually just having a picnic in the back.
Excellent.
Oh, fancy.
Cora calls Alyssa's drawing the Cthulhu car, which I think is appropriate. All right, we have a prompt. So as you know, Get Smart is one of the most popular shows on television right now. In fact, spy shows are huge between I Spy and Secret Agent and Amos Burke's Secret Agent and Wild Wild West. There are just spies everywhere. So the next one is going to be some kind of secret agent. Bonus points if you can include some sort of cat-like element. Go.
Cat spy. All right.
Just to catch up of everyone, I also drew Batman. And Alfred.
Amazing.
Got derailed a bit.
He seems a little grumpy. It's good.
If you had to wear his tight pants all the time, you'd be grumpy too.
Adam West deserves to be grumpy.
Yeah. In my drawing, Alfred is nagging him to eat its vegetables, and he doesn't want to. Sorry, Secret Agent Cats is the prompt? Okay.
Well, you don't have to combine them into the same character, but Secret Agents and Cats is the prompt.
Can I retroactively change this character? Because she could be a secret agent trying to seduce some Soviet for information, and she's got cat ears on. So,
well, is it really plagiarism if you steal from yourself?
I don't see it that way, frankly. Okay.
Elliot France wants to know what Dick Van Dyke is going to be doing in his next role. I want to know what Mary Tyler Moore is going to be doing in her next role. Oh, and by the way, Lorelei, if and when you finish the Cat Secret Agent, there has been a special request by one of your greatest fans to draw a Pinky.
I think I can arrange that. I can draw any of the Keacher characters that are requested.
That's an idea for a show. Really is a miracle of technology that we can get 5 of such caliber artists from around the country all here on one television show. We haven't seen this kind of joining of live of television feeds since Richard Nixon and JFK debated across the country in 1960. Someone is breaking into Andi Dukleth's house.
Yeah,
please call the police.
Might be my personal assistant making breakfast or something.
Oh, you have one of those.
I do now. Yeah, I've made it.
I am done with my drawing. You want to see it?
Jimmy, do you have to ask?
So I want to draw James Bond, and if we're going to make James Bond a cat, the last James Bond was Thunderball, right?
Sadly, yes.
And cats don't like water, so I didn't want James Bond willing to go into the water.
Well, and if Sean Connery gets the pelt on his chest wet, it adds about 30 pounds to his weight. So I can understand why he'd be reluctant to fully submerge.
There was a lot of submarine fighting going on in that movie.
Yeah, in fact. I was going to get out my Life magazine with the pinup of Sean Connery unzipped down to here with all of his hair on display, but unfortunately I've already put it in the shed. I just couldn't handle that much masculinity. I felt threatened. I will grow hairs on my chest one day, plural.
I want to draw a Maxwell Smart cat now.
Welcome to new folks, Jeff and Mylin. Is that correct? Let me know if I say it wrong, because I will feel chastened and you can correct me on the air. And I see someone named Gladys with the same last name as Dean. I'm sure that is a complete coincidence.
Yes.
And when I say see, I mean everyone in the audience is holding up a card with their name on it. Just as we hold up a card every so often that says laugh. We also have another card that says enjoy, because we're not sure if you get the cue otherwise.
Oh, Andy beat me to it.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Top secret.
Yeah.
Where did you learn Cyrillic?
Yeah.
Where did you learn Cyrillic?
I read a book on it, and I liked it so much that I thought I'd start learning it just in case, figured it could come in handy. You never know when you might need it.
As long as you're not married to Lee Harvey Oswald, we're fine.
Yeah.
We watched What's My Line the other day, and there was a woman whose last name was Kushnin, and she looked very Russian, and she spoke like this, and she had a job for a non-profit making organization, and she was in the White House, and she worked for the government, and no one could figure out what this person's job was, and I'm screaming, she's an interpreter! And I was right.
The intrepid interpreter.
All right, I think I went more detective than spy, but I did
Well,
my
again,
best.
Amos Burke. Very nice, very nice.
I love that.
So I did something a little similar because we actually, in our Hardship Post comic on the Galactic Journey newsfeed and blog, we have a strip. And recently we've had an investigation with our Felid staffer. She has determined the answer to a large mystery. So I won't say what the answer is, but she's been playing the role of detective recently.
Dean, do you want to show yours again?
Yeah.
Oh, meow.
Meow. Oh,
The pipe
yeah.
is a nice touch.
Oh.
I agree. And Jimmy, it looked like there you go. Secret Agent Cat. Secret Agent Cat. Yeah, he's coughing up a fur ball and messing up your couch. Wow. All right, we got 20 minutes left. Let's see what else we've got for prompts. Oh, yeah, Lorelai is drawing a pinky. Let's see, what's a good one? Have any of you read Heinlein's The Moon is a Harsh Mistress? It just finished in Serial. So let's do something moon related. It can be a moon person, it can be a capsule landing on the moon, it could be a personified moon, anything you like that has to do, it could be legendary moon, it could be, Kageyakime. It could be anything moon related. That is your prompt. The moon.
Open-ended.
What was the name of the book?
The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, all about the independence declared by a former prison colony on the moon. Possibly Robert Heinlein's best book. Lorelai is actually in the process of reading it now. I just finished the serial, and I really enjoyed it. Oh, and Erica has a great suggestion that I think will be the next one.
Oh, man. My legs.
And Carolina is holding up a card that says Carthulu in reference to Alyssa's earlier drawing. So, yes, I think that is now copyrighted or trademarked, I should say. Ethan has apparently read The Moon is a Harsh Mistress with his comment that he has yelled from the audience, Mount Cheyenne is no longer a valid target. Why? It no longer exists. And by the way, Ethan, thank you for coming out. It's always great to have someone who shares my last name being here. As you know, Ethan Marcus is, I believe, 3 years old tomorrow. So let's all sing happy birthday to Ethan Marcus, my nephew. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ethan. Happy birthday to you.
So we don't normally get to see Pinky actually working. Well, I've been doing a lot of concept art, and it's mostly just Pinky in weird shapes. So I wanted to do one where he actually gets to be doing some navigation.
Oh, that's very nice. Well, we got a review on the book, Keitra, and they said that they really wanted to see character development. They wanted to see the characters grow and evolve. And I'm happy to say that no character grows and evolves more than Pinky. Of course, it's all external, but... Christine, of course I was in tune. It's not like I'm singing the national anthem at the Republican convention or something.
Did something happen at the Republican convention?
There was some sort of Republican soiree, probably supporting the Republican nominee for governor in California, Ronald Reagan. You may remember him from such great hits as Chimpanzee and Washed Out Actor. I believe there were several movies with that working title. Oh, Jimmy's got a moon. Oh, very nice. Yes, classic.
Yeah.
Jimmy, didn't you draw something like that for a small San Diego comic book convention a few years back? Or was that someone else?
I sure did. I'm a big fan of moon-themed characters.
Here's mine.
Very nice, Dean. Yes, in fact, the moon is made of cheese. The Russian Luna 10 just impacted the surface and returned that information that the moon is made of green cheese. Now, we want to confirm this information, and that's why we're sending out Surveyor in a couple of months. But until we do, we just have to take the Russians' word for it, that in fact the moon is made of delicious dairy product. I see Jimmy standing by, so I should tell you what your next job is. Erica wants to see a musicians of the future, an orchestra or a band. I think we did something like that last show, but it's certainly worth revisiting, especially since music evolves faster than possibly anything else, with the exception of hair and skirt length.
There you go.
It is a moon skull.
That's incredible.
Wow.
That's Luna de los Muertos.
Luna de los Muertos, yeah, paying homage to my my Mexican heritage, and moon lasers.
Moon lasers. Yes, someday we will have orbital lasers, and they will be brought to you by the they'll be chosen people. Jeff Warden says, Buddha thinking. Jet Warden says that.
No one needs to know about the space lasers.
The space lasers.
It's just a fun idea.
No one wants to control the weather.
Space lasers that will control the weather, yes.
All right. I'm going to ask another question. And that question is, how old is everybody watching this show today?
Do I have time for a moon before everyone answers?
Yeah, of course.
Got little moon skull.
That is adorable.
Alyssa always has the most interesting takes on the prompts.
You left it
very much
open-ended.
appreciate it.
Could be anything.
Moonhead. We have people under 18 watching this. We have the Captain Kangaroo set tuning into the Journey Show. I have to say, I am flattered. But it looks like the mode of the people watching this show fall into the coveted 31 to 45 set. The kind of folks that appreciate deodorant and washing machines and other important products like Saran Wrap. So thank you for supporting your investor-owned, business-managed, local gas and power companies. You
Electric light and power
companies.
The men and women of your investor-owned, business-managed electric light and power companies.
Da 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 da. Does anyone miss Jack Benny? I miss Jack Benny.
I miss his brother, Fred Benny.
By the way, we've been talking a lot about Keetra. You should all know that Journey Press is also an outgrowth of Galactic Journey. We publish the best science fiction, both classic and current. Actually, I should say current and current, but in several eras. We have 3 books out right now. We're going to have another book out next week by Hugo finalist Laura Ware. And you should just buy them all, because not only are they great, but it also supports the journey and ensures that we can make even more books. And someday we can afford a great cover artist like Alyssa Winans. Although we're also very happy with our current cover artist. But someday we want to be able to just throw out flipping great wads of cash for the absolute top of the field. And to do that, we need your help. So go to your local bookseller, ask for a Journey Press title by name, buy it for your friends, use it to line your shelves, and enjoy it. It's the American way. All right, how are we doing?
I don't think I stuck to the prompt at all, but you said Kaguya-hime, so I decided to do something vaguely like that.
Aww,
That's lovely.
that is beautiful. We can't wait to go to Japan this year. We understand we've already missed a giant monster movie. Oh, look at that. That is
A piano skirt.
yes. I believe they've already made those.
That you can play on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, man, I'm behind.
All right, let's see if anyone else has come up with something to write about. I think we've got time for at least one more, perhaps two more drawings. So, Cora, by the way, loved Alyssa's Moon Man, which of course she did. It's amazing.
Thanks, Cora.
So it's interesting, this fellow Randall, whoever he might be, mentioned something about Star Trek. I don't know if you know this, but the Star Trek second pilot was picked up by the network, NBC, last month. And I understand production has already begun on the television show for a release in September. And I want you to know that every single one of us should be there when we have a watch party at our house when it comes out, because we are very excited to see what we understand is going to be real science fiction on television. Let's just hope it's not another voyage to the bottom of the sea, but in space. Oh, there we go. I have a prompt. So when you're all done with what you're working on, Dean, have you done the... I think everyone's still working on music. When you are done with music, the next prompt is going to be Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. And you can be as inspired or not inspired by the show as you like. And if you want to draw Basil Rathbone looking like the cover child for Tums, that's fine too.
What character
Where's
did
mine?
you say?
Basil Rathbone. Oh, that's beautiful.
Jazz in space.
Dean, I love that. That looks like it could be right out of my book. Oh, and Cora Bullard wants everyone to know that there is going to be a science fiction show in West Germany as well, a space adventure show. I'm glad to see space adventure is, no pun intended, taking off. Andy seems to be stuck on skulls.
Oh.
Skulls
Morse
could be
code?
musical.
Skulls are musical.
See, I'm very inspired by my skull head right here, and I thought, why not combine both my love of skulls and the prompt? So,
Why not indeed? Zandy suggests something Disney related. As you know, Walt Disney does not take kindly to amateurs stepping into his realm, and so we are going to avoid portraying any Disney characters on this show. My apologies, Zandy. Goodness, Lorelai's just lost in that smog. By the way, I'm an artist too. I'm not sure if Lorelai's doing a musical prompt or a voice to the bottom of the sea prompt. By the way, just so you know, this is actually season 2 of the Journey Show. Last year, we had 13 lovely episodes. I think it was 13, maybe it was 15. It was a lot of episodes of The Journey Show. We had a lot of celebrities, a lot of interesting personalities from all walks of life. So if you get a chance, I would check your local listings to see where the reruns are playing. And we have helpfully provided a guide to everyone in the audience, which you should have in your hands right now. And by the way, as you know, there is a Best Dramatic Presentation Hugo, and there's one apparently for fan broadcast these days. So if you have the ability to vote for the Hugos this year, be sure to not only list Galactic Journey for Best Fanzine, but also The Journey Show for Best Fan Broadcast.
Okay.
All right. It looks like Alyssa's about to show us something.
And you can go first.
Oh, okay. Hi. So I thought I would do the reanimated corpse of Johann Bach or Bach.
I think it's pronounced Batch.
Batch?
Cora can let us know on that, but I'm pretty sure it's Batch.
In his skeletal form. But, you know, music is immortal, so I just wanted to reflect that.
Well, as my friend Tom likes to say, I plan to live forever. So far, so good.
Yeah. This is one of the few success stories. However, his appearance has somewhat suffered. So you can't have it all.
All right. Oops, someone's about to show something off. It's either Alyssa or Lorelai, whoever can race to the top.
Got something a little similar, but concert in space, but the problem is nobody can hear anything.
In space, no one can hear you play.
Tragic.
We have 5 minutes left of the show. And by the way, everybody, just so you know, the show is not over in 5 minutes. Then we all repair for the after party at Portal 55. And I hope as many of you can be there as possible so we can enjoy and mingle and share a cocktail and discuss art and other sophisticated things. I'm sorry, Alyssa, did I miss yours?
Oh, no. My instrument looks like it does come from the bottom of the sea. I don't know if this is going to be the future. Seems like you don't know what it's going to sound like, but...
I think it sounds like...
a great melody.
I drew Gideon going to the bottom of the sea to steal treasure.
Sure. I think they've had giant squids on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea before.
Here's mine.
And Dean, up with people.
No, it's Cthulhu taking a bath in scuba diver.
Right.
That's a lot of fun. I like that a lot.
And you can tell that's not a hippie because it's using soap.
I like how you refer to the hippie as it.
Well, you never know. How can you tell? With the hair, it's so long. It's impossible to determine the sex of a hippie. All right. Well, we are rapidly running out of time. So if you are working on something, finish it up. If you think you have time in 2 minutes to doodle something quick, go for it. And in 2 minutes, whatever you've got, win, lose, or drawed, show it to the camera. I want to say you've all been a fantastic audience. We have loved having you here. A nicely packed auditorium, a lot of audience response. This has been a wonderful show, as I expected it would be, and just like I expect every episode of The Journey Show to be.
Okay. Here we are. I call this True Love, 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Aww.
Unfortunately, it's not really reciprocated, but that's okay.
That's all right. We don't really have sexual harassment laws in the United States in the 1960s.
Indubitably.
All right, 1 minute.
I did a quick sketch of Underdog just because I really want to.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh.
What's going on under Dean's hat?
The hat is very serious.
What? No.
He's like, how dare you? My hat is...
More hat than man.
Coming to NBC, it's more happy man.
Loving the shading on that, Andy.
Oh, thank you. I'm nothing if not thorough.
And
I'm glad everyone's enjoying the show. We have 30 seconds, folks.
I don't know. I'm afraid I'm familiar with the show, so you just get ocean things.
It's fantastic. I love it. Can Lorelai get it done in time?
I'm really going. Mine has nothing to do with the prompts because somebody else requested Keecher in the 60s, so that is what I'm struggling to do in 10 seconds.
Lightning round.
No. Trying to keep things visual for people.
Love your Skull Moon with lasers.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's so terrifying.
It's inspired by many science fiction stories that come up with that concept.
Got Keecher in the 60s and bonus Majera in the background.
Yay! All right. And Dean is just in
More
the nick of
happen,
time.
man.
More happen, man. All right, so folks, we have 10 seconds left. I want everybody, so two things. First, smile for the camera. 5 seconds of smiling for the camera. Dean, if you can get yourself like in the middle of the shot.
Wait,
there you go. Nope.
No.
To your left. There you go. And now everybody show up. I'll pick your picture.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. I just erased it.
All right. So, and with that, I will see you all in Portal 55.